Midnight North on the herd. And for all of our farmers out there, don't forget the UMRV auction is taking place today over at the livestock yard. Cows, horses, chickens. Hey, even my mother-in-law will be over there as a bidder. Anyways, head over to the livestock auction today and don't miss out on all of the...
And we'll turn that off. And guys, today is full of anxiety. I have to be honest with you. Today we are going to the auction for the first time. We are hopefully and potentially going to come out with cows and have cows for the first time. And being as though I grew up in the city, being as though I've never really touched a cow, which is crazy. But we are going to hopefully bid on some cows. I've looked in some research and seen, what we have to look at for in terms of the auction, which cows are good, which cows are bad, things like that. So I feel a little prepared, but at the end of the day, who can really prepare themselves for something like this? I'm going against all of these farmers who have, I'm assuming, but probably grown up here, grown up on the farm, have got a lot more experience than I. So it's going to be a nerve-wracking day, but I think if we do everything right by the end of it, it could potentially be a very good day here on the farm. Maybe our best day yet, because it doesn't really feel like a farm right now. It feels more like I just moved out to the country and I've got a lot of land. And yeah, we have chickens, but I think the cows will make this feel even more like a farm, I guess. But let me park this. I'm gonna get inside, do some paperwork that we have to do, and then I will pick this back up in about 25 to 30 minutes when we're headed out to the auction. And now the paperwork has been filled out, and I noticed the address, they are right next door to the farm store. So I decided I'd give Justin a call and ask him if we could park the truck and the trailer over at his lot just for a couple hours when we go in and try to figure out if we can get some cows. He was more than happy to help us out with that. So we're actually headed over to Justin's, over to the farm store right now, and we're going to park this. And I'm running a little early, and the reason is I'm not really sure where to go. I'm hoping that there is proper signage over here, and I'm not looking very confused over here. But either way, I'm hoping to get over here a little early so we can get situated. And wow, I never hit that green light, so that is, hopefully that's a good sign. Now, when we head over to this auction, we are hoping that everybody wants dairy cows. We want them to grab Holsteins because we want beef cows. We're trying to go against the grain here for a couple reasons. One, there is a lot of competition in this town for milk, but also because no one is doing beef in this town. I mean, there's, I think, 3 other farmers in the whole area that are doing beef, so we wanted to jump in on that. And I'm hoping that there is definitely going to be some cows over here for us to purchase. So let me back this trailer up and we will get over there. All right, well, here it goes. We are walking over to the auction, and I'm not really sure where to go. I'm not really sure who to talk to. I'm a little nervous, but more excited to see if we can get some cows. I'm just nervous that I don't know enough about what we're buying, but I'm hoping that we get a good beef cow, or 3 or 4. I'm not really sure. I would like to see how many would fit in the trailer, but let's get in here. Did I see a sign? Here we go.
I better dung bear on 15, I better dung bear on 15, 20, I better dung bear on 15, better dung bear on 20, dung 5, better dung bear on 30, and 30, and 30, 25.
And yeah, that's how all of that went. I'm still not really sure what that guy is saying. I mean, I know a little bit to get me through an auction, and thank you so much to the nice guy that was sitting next to me, helping me, seeing me struggle, and coming over and helping me out with this. And thanks to him, we are able to say that we're pulling a trailer full of cows. And by that I mean 6. We can fit 6 in this trailer. And we were looking to get 18-month-old cows because they'll be able to reproduce. They will be able to grow our herd. And that's obviously what we want to do. We want to take as many cows as we can down in November to the auction so that, you know, they can go to Camp Freezer, right? But either way, we got 2 18-month-old cows. We got 2 12-month-old cows who are 6 months away from being able to give birth. And we got them because they were a good price. We weren't necessarily looking for 12-month-old cows. They just happened to be 12-month-old, and they happened to have a very good sale price on them, so we did take advantage of that. And the other is we got 2 calves, and we were looking for calves, but they didn't have a ton of calves there for sale. So all of these cows are Angus cows, which are good because they will be able to resell at the market. And you know, I think that we're well on our way to having a good start to this farm, but here is my worry, this left-hand turn up here, because this hill has been, I mean, just windy and steep, and I can already feel the trailer pulling the truck on flat ground. So I can only imagine what it's going to be like here, and I have got my foot on the floor. And so far, so good. These turns are going to be a little tough. Now, I think we're going to be able to do it no problem. I don't know about the winter, though. I'm feeling this thing pull pretty heavy. And, I mean, we're obviously carrying a lot of weight in this trailer, but we are going to make it. I shouldn't say that until we're up here, but I feel like this is the home stretch here. And yes, I was really worried about that hill coming up the first time to our farm, and every other time I've just thought about that. And I don't know if I'll be doing that in the winter, bringing cows up or down, but you know, November can get a little tricky at times, but we'll see. We are going to drive the cows obviously into the pasture here and let them out. And then we're going to go get some water because they don't have any water. I forgot to fill it up. I was anxious and worried about everything else. So, but we do have a water carrier here, so we'll just get the trailer and carry some water over to the cows. But yeah, it feels good. Feels really good to be here and have these cows. And now let me put them into this barn. And now we're just going to back it up over here to this gate. Usually we'll put them in the barn, but let's turn it off and get these cows unloaded. And the cows are now in the pasture. All 6 of them are in there, and our pasture stretches way down there, so even though they're herding animals, I guess these cows, at least, like their own space. I just love seeing the cows out in the pasture. I mean, now this starts to feel like a farm, and no offense to the chickens or anything, but now we have an actual animal that is very big and very easy to see. It looks like a farm animal, and it's going to get a lot more money at the auction than the chickens would, but it's not going to do anything if it doesn't get any water. So what we're going to do is drop this trailer off here, and yes, I am going to lay it up again because I do not have the time right now to try and put these things in here. I am just learning how to drive these trailers. I am an office guy through and through, and now I am trying to run a farm. I don't know what I'm thinking, but either way, we're going to back this up and then go get the water trailer. All right, now we have the water trailer hooked up, and you're wondering where we're going. We have no lake, we have no pond, at least not anything that we can access for free. So when you live out here, you're not on the city sewer line or anything, so we can't utilize just free water all the time, and besides, that would get very expensive. So we are going to have to drill to get some water, and I have made a call, and probably by the next episode we will have a water tank out here just for the cows and for the chickens, although the chickens aren't going to use anything really. But yeah, so we've got a water tank coming in, and we will have that down. But for right now, we are going over to the house, and I've got a water hose, and yeah, it's going to take a long time to fill this, but we're going to have to do this because our cows need to drink somehow, and you know, we're gonna have to do what we have to do, but such is farming, right? Let me fill this up and I will get back to the cows. Now that is a lot of water to be putting into this from my house. I'm gonna run my well dry if I continue to do this, but either way, this should last these cows, I don't know, anywhere from 3 to 4 days, I'm hoping. And then we'll come over here and do it again. But as I said, we are getting a well pumped, and I'm going to have the guys run a line so that all we really have to do at the end of all of that construction is turn on a faucet, and then the water will come on, and hopefully we'll get that on a floater so we don't even have to worry at all about the cow water, which is great. Now we have to worry about the food. There is a lot of grass in that pasture, so I'm not really worried too much about it, but I would also like to use those bales, so we'll feed them after we get this water to these cows. That took a long time, I'll say that. That was a good amount of time here, but that is done. The water is to the cows, and now we are going to come over to our bales, and we're just going to drop a couple bales off for the cows so they can start eating as well. But you know, as you see right here, there is a ton of grass for them to eat, and that's also what I want to do after we get this done, is go and mow the grass. I want to mow the grass, I want to bale it up, and some of it I think we're going to do for silage, the other we're going to do just for food. But either way, we'll get a couple bales in here for the cows. They will like us. They also have a lot to eat. They're all watered up and everything, so they're all happy. We can now focus on our field work, and like I said, that is to mow the grass today. The cows are happy. They are chewing on the bales, they are eating the grass, they are drinking the water. They are thrilled to be here, and I'm really thrilled to have them here. It's starting to feel like a farm now, which is really good. And now with all of that done, we are now able to focus on our field work, and today we are going to be cutting some grass. Not this grass though, so we can leave this truck right here, and the chickens will eventually, I think, eat most of this grass. But we are going to get the tractor hooked up to the mower, and then we are going to start mowing, and I'll put a time lapse in here so that you can see just how much we got done.